wanted to jump on here and make a video because it's been a minute. I definitely want to post more consistently. Sometimes it takes some time for me to step back and do my own inner work so that I can show up in the best energy and so that I'm sharing from the heart and something that's coming through more channeled, more original, authentic, not so mechanical. But I realize posting consistently is important to keep the content going and keep the algorithm going. So definitely my intention now. So I wanted to talk about why a relationship is not necessarily the answer. So a lot of us may think that once you get a person or once you're with somebody, maybe someone you have a crush on or someone you desire, and you think that if you only had that person, you would be happy, you would feel complete. And this is almost never the case. It's actually never the case because in Tantra, basically, we are the everything. So we're living this reality, and it's you basically in this dream reality. You're projecting everything out. And this world is basically a play. It's called Maya, right? It's an illusion, a cosmic play. So anything that we start looking to outside of ourselves, it's as though we forget that it's actually us reflected back to us. So when you're looking outside of you and you think that something is separate from you and that you don't have it, you almost will never get it. And the lesson is for you to go back into yourself and realize that you are everything and you're connected to everything. So let's say you have an attachment to somebody and you really want to be with that person. Most likely, energetically, because you're needing and desiring it, you create a resistance and you won't get that thing until you start filling yourself with the same energy and realizing that you already have whatever it is that you think that person is going to give you. And a lot of times people they'll get the person and they'll be in the relationship, and then throughout the relationship things will come up and they'll think like, oh, I'm not satisfied with this, you're not giving me enough attention, you're not meeting my needs, whatever. And this happens all the time, right? The human condition is always like, we're not satisfied, we need something else. You get something and then immediately the ego, because it's never satisfied, it wants more, right? So let's say as a guy you get with a woman and you're very excited, you spend the first few months with her and then you start maybe noticing certain things that you don't like, or you start maybe getting restless and thinking, oh, well, there's other women and now I'm kind of trapped in this situation, what do I do? So this stuff happens all the time, right? It's like the grass is always greener on the other side. It's like you're single and then you really want to be in a relationship, and then you get the relationship, but it's not quite right, or the person's not right. And then let's say you break up and then you're single and then you start missing the person, and maybe your mind will idealize and be like, oh, like they were so amazing and I miss this and that. But in reality, if you were with her again, you would be feeling the same annoyance or feeling like this isn't what you want. And the trick and the answer is that you have to have realistic expectations for what a relationship is and what it's going to give you. So if you think more reasonably, more in a balanced way, and you lead from a place where you're already full in yourself, you already know, I am all that I need, everything around me is reflecting me and how I feel about myself. Then you show up in your relationships and they're just an addition. They're just something extra. There's something adding to your life. And you're not outsourcing your power onto something outside of yourself. You're still the source of your own happiness. So if something good happens, you don't blame the other person. And if something bad happens, you still don't blame the other person. You're leading from a place of wholeness and fullness. I would say a large majority of people have not yet mastered this mentality, and maybe most relationships you see will be more along codependent, right? Where people are like, I'll do this for you and you're gonna do this for me. You know, like I'll meet your needs like this and you'll meet my needs like this. And it's kind of like an exchange of agreements. But even this is not really empowering. It may seem on the surface like you're compromising and things are, you know, like you're trying to meet people and you're creating some sort of safety. But in reality, nothing is guaranteed, and it's best to enter into relationships without having expectations and without outsourcing your needs on anyone else. So again, you're relating to people, but they're not gonna make or break you. They're just an addition to your already complete feeling within yourself. So how do you actually realistically get to that place where you can show up and people are an addition, not something you're dependent on? The only way is for you to go internal and do the spiritual work. So you have to have a spiritual practice, meaning you do the meditation, you do yogic practices, maybe plant medicines, but basically you have to use whatever is available to you that allows you to go inside. And it's not very easy, right? Like people tend to want to just be distracted, and there's a lot of self-avoidance that will happen unconsciously. Like you may think that you're doing the work, but then maybe you're not meeting your standards in some way, or let's say you have goals, but you're not, you realize that, you know, you're still where you are and you haven't met the goals that you wanted because things come up or situations, circumstances. So a lot of people live very unconsciously unless they do spiritual practices, because if you're not pausing, if you're not stopping to just reflect and to be with yourself, time can go by, months, years, and you'll see that you're still in the same place, and you'll see that you still have dependencies. You're still looking outside yourself. You're still grasping for things outside of you to make you feel whole. And again, it's Maya. It's the cosmic play. It's never gonna fill you. It's only gonna dance with you for a bit and then pull away and kind of laugh and be this cosmic joke that's just like, you don't need what's outside of you. It's already in you. And this will always happen. So every time you get into a relationship or you start outsourcing your love into another person or another situation or a job or anything, but it's not coming from a place of fullness, like it's coming from needing validation or approval or to feel worthy because you don't inside, the cosmic play Maya will smash it, or it'll pull it away from you. It'll do something to force you to go back into yourself. After enough times in life that you start experiencing this, you start going more and more internal. And this is a spiritual path, is you start realizing that you don't want to be a slave to circumstances anymore. You don't want to be a slave to people, to things, to pleasure, to anything. You just want to be sovereign. You want to be whole. You want to come from a place of real self-love. And don't think that that means you're going to be alone forever, that you have to be solitary, or if you let things go, they're never going to come back. It's the opposite. When you become so whole and full, things just start coming towards you. You become this magnet because all your energy is just concentrated within yourself. And then everything you wanted, because you don't want it anymore, it just starts showing up. And if you really think about it, I'm sure you notice these type of things in your life, right? Like when you really have a crush on somebody and they're just not showing you attention, and then you kind of give it up, and then they call you or they come back into your life, or you are very, very desperate to get a certain type of job, and you're searching and searching, and then you kind of just relax about it, and you realize, it's not the end of the world, something will work out, and then you get a call for a job. So it's like this with everything, right? Anything you cling to, or that you look for outside of yourself and you stick to, it isn't going to work out. So just know that. If there's someone you're interested in, or if there's anything that you're trying to have and there's an energy of desperation, just know that all you're gonna do is push it away. And so it's an important practice, and part of the spiritual practice is to always have that awareness, always watch yourself, always be aware of where your attachments are, what you're holding on to, and then bring that focus back into yourself, bring that energy back into yourself, and then watch the miracles happen. And it may not always work out exactly the way you think. It may not always be, the exact same job or the exact same person, but it'll be something that is even better or more magical. And so it requires trust as well, and faith, which is also part of the spiritual practice. And sometimes it is the exact same thing that you wanted, but that's the whole enjoyment in life, right? Is if everything were certain, if everything were guaranteed, there would be no fun, there would be no mystery. But when you just let go and you just enjoy the ride, enjoy the roller coaster, enjoy the twists and the turns and the surprises, the open doors, the closed doors, it becomes more of a game. So it's better not to attach to idea of anything, not to the idea of a relationship, not to the idea of anything. Like, allow life to be this beautiful mystery, this beautiful gift that offers itself to you through your own non-attachment. Anyways, that's what I wanted to share in this short video. Kind of just impromptu, was sharing what's on my mind. Thank you guys for watching. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.